Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valorant Oceania Tour Stage 3 Open Qualifiers 2 Semi-Finals Upper Bracket. Well, it's the top half of the bracket. Nebula versus Funky Monkeys. I'm DigitalCasts, William Zhang. Of course, with me today, Premier Observer Extraordinaire at Crash OBS. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. So for today, two pretty interesting teams that we are going to be seeing: Funky Monkeys and Nebula. So I know you're a bit of a Nebula simp. I know you like to talk about Nebula quite a bit. So
Sorry about that.
You want to run me through these? You want to run me through what we got going on today?
Yeah, obviously it's a best of 3, and the vetoes. Let's see, Nebula, they ban Haven. Funky Monkeys ban Breeze. So, Haven being banned for Nebula, that's quite interesting, because if anything, I like to say that they're actually okay at Haven. In the past, I've seen them play on, but then again, they are trialing Calth to an extent, so I'm not too sure if that will make a difference in how they play Haven. Breeze getting banned, no surprise there. Icebox getting picked by Nebula first up with Funky Monkeys on defense, and then it'll be Funky Monkeys pick on Split, Neb on defense, and then the last map, Nebula picks Bind, which I think they're really strong on, so maybe they're saving that as the trump card. But yeah, Icebox, to start things off, Funky Monkeys, if I recall correctly, they can play Icebox, but I think Nebula, they are much more rehearsed on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Nebula have a really good idea going into the map. The Haven ban, in my eyes, makes a lot more sense. If you're playing against a team that's a bit more unknown, Haven's a good map to take out of the pool, because generally what would happen is, like, Haven, I think it's one of those maps where there's way too many variables that can get out of hand really quickly, so you can remove that against a team you don't have much information on, you don't really know how they play it. I think it's a safe ban, considering Nebula have, like, a pretty decent map pool as well. Yeah. So Breeze obviously makes sense. But yeah, Icebox. Nebula, they've been pretty decent at this map. They've had some interesting reads on this map in the past. I know they've played Sky on it sometimes, this was ages ago, so they've definitely wanted to experiment on this map, and I'm assuming they're just going to go to something really standard, like just double duelist, Sage, Sova, Viper, so basically nothing fancy. But it's the comp that works. That won Sentinels a whole tournament, the international one, or Iceland or whatever, so I think it makes sense. Split here from Funky Monkeys, it just shows me that they've probably got a really good idea going into that map. Split obviously being a map that basically just never gets picked.
Yeah, never.
Or it's generally banned, I should say. It's generally banned. So I'm quite excited to see how that's going to happen. Considering it is the second map, it's also, we're going to see Split no matter what, and then obviously Bind, we know what Nebula likes to do. And we did see Funky Monkeys a couple of days ago play that map, and I actually, in the back of my head, I was making mental notes. I thought their utility usage on attack was really good.
Oh yeah,
like, really good. They had some really nice hits, especially onto A. Their A side hits were really nice to watch. So I'm quite interested to see how this will go down if it does go to a third map. But let's throw that out into the bin for a second. We are going to Icebox. Let's focus on Icebox here, I guess.
Yep, let's have a peek, and obviously teams are ready. I couldn't actually confirm if Nebula was ready, but whatever. They got out of the training range. It's time to start anyways. And agent picks. Well, Nebula. Yeah, look, I wouldn't call myself a simp, but it's because I've been following this team for quite a while now. Tax on the Reyna, no surprise there. Calth, of course, onto the Jet. No surprise, everything else looks pretty stock standard. I want to see what Funky Monkeys plays, though.
I think it will probably be really standard. I think they'll probably elect... I mean, it's really just a matter of will they play the Reyna or will they play the Killjoy. Everything else should be basically the same. Chronix is hovering Killjoy. Yep, beautiful. So Firms is going to be on the Jet. It's basically just the two most popular comps on this map. Nothing really stands out at all. It's very standard. And it's standard because it works. There's nothing wrong with what we're seeing here. This is really good. So they've both got decent understandings of the map. I'm quite interested to see how the Jet battles are going to go. Firms against Calth. I will say right now, I have witnessed Calth get a very impressive operator ace, holding down that B long area on defense. So look, I'm just saying, Calth can be very explosive on this map. I think that will be the player to watch for this game, but I don't want to jinx it.
You don't want to jinx it? Well, let's see what happens. I'll be honest. It seems that Firms, he's just trying to confirm that final pick, and yeah. Nebula, starting off on the attack, that's interesting, because if memory serves me right, actually, their attack, besides the fact that it's good, their defense is what really shines for me, especially with their passive aggressiveness and Tax, being Lorena, going for those early picks, and just being a menace in general, giving his team the man advantage almost really early on.
Yeah, Tax is definitely a player that, if unchecked, can get out of hand really quickly, especially if he's having a very explosive day.
Oh yeah.
There's not really much you can do against him, to be honest. He just kind of swings, takes the fight, wins it, and he gets out of there because of the dismiss. So that's also going to be someone that you do need to pay attention to. This game can be very explosive. I'm curious to see how this will play out. Going to be getting into Pistol Round very shortly here. So I just want to know how Chronix is going to be playing this Killjoy, because a lot of different teams have different ideas on it. They have the idea of like, okay, let's put the mollies towards B and just play like a heavy, right, you aren't planting B, something like that. They're going to put their utility in towards the kitchen position, they're going to put the turret there, the alarm bot down, etc. Or they just put their stuff towards A. So I'm curious to see where they're going to be playing. Does look like they're going to be leaning towards B. Okay, this is the one that I feel like is... I'm not the biggest fan of this. Like, the turret's good to watch mid, but you kind of just... You need to just still be mindful of this true position. There you go, beautiful. Alright, this is good. This is really good. So that's definitely how you want to play Killjoy, by the way. So take notes if you don't actually know how to play Killjoy and stuff. That's literally perfect. What he's done is block off 2 areas. Or not block off, but be able to always get information from 2 different areas of the map with his util. So that's quite literally perfect. But regardless of that, the hit will be coming out to A most likely. In the end, Dart's coming out for minimize. Firms is going aggressive here.
Yeah, Firms. Oh my god, what's that crosshair? He's changed it since like yesterday. Front line. Well, he does get some intel. Fires a few warning shots off, but he does get tagged a little bit as well through the Viper roll, the Toxical, sorry. And finally, Neb. They start things off nice and strong. The trade back is instant, however. Default Sage Wall. The spike goes down, and Nebula. Look at this. Practiced, rehearsed, and that's a 2-man advantage already.
Yep, just really standard. Minimize hitting some nice shots. It's all going to be down to Chronix here. Minimize is going aggressive. Oh my goodness.
Sheesh.
Alright, well, goes down in the end. It shouldn't really matter in the end. It's just going to be bodies flying at him. There you go. Really nice hit. Just really standard. There's nothing fancy about that hit, and that's why it works, because it's just consistent. You put the wall up to block off screens and a little bit of rafters. You put the wall down to take full site control. There you go. You get the spike down, you play the post plant, but it doesn't matter because they have bodies. They have the man advantage. So they're like, all right, you know what? We can just swing into them. Like, we have the numbers. We can overwhelm. It's just the most standard thing you can do, and it's standard for a reason because it works. So there you go. Really nice pistol round to come out. No force buy on the other side. Jordation is opting for a short either. It's going to get 0 value this round. They're going back to A.
Well, maybe he can at least get the orb. That's what I'm hoping he does. We'll see what happens. Firms, same story. Tax, first player on engagement, and Firms, he has a jet dash to play with. Nice opening shot, takes down Jetsy. Okay, on the eco. Not bad from Funky Monkeys, but Firms is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. As he gets pinched, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Viper wall, the plants, and the defense to come through. Although reloaded. Okay, channeling his inner Spider-Man, does get a kill, but then Nebula strike right back. Jordation, you mentioned it earlier on, has a shorty. Probably will have better luck with that longsword. Yeah.
Well, 2 kills for the side of Funky Monkeys. That's really good value. Firms opening up with the Sheriff, the little 1D, or the 1 Sheriff. What do you call it? You call it like, you can't really call it a 1D because it's not a deagle. So what do we say? I mean, it is a 1D, but it's not, you know? That's my issue with it right now. I don't know. You got a really nice shot.
Deadeye, High Noon, something.
High Noon. Who knows? But there you go. Calth with another one. Really standard stuff to come out yet again. They just, alright. Like, there's zero variance in that. Like, they just did the exact same strat because they know all they have to do is send all 5 bodies at them. And if there's a stack, they can play accordingly. There's most likely not going to be a stack on that A side. It's very difficult to stack, especially when you have classics and they've got specters at range. The only issue there would be the close angles towards Maze, but it doesn't really make a difference at the end. Really standard. As I'm going to keep saying it, this is really interesting, by the way. So the 2 players that went down, Tax and Jesse, are opting for the Vandals here. So instead of playing a hard bonus, they're going to be playing to kind of just play to win the round completely here by buying those 2 Vandals.
May actually work out in the favor. Oh, okay, nice and nerdy shock darts coming out from Reloaded, all the way from there.
Yeah, so that's just 1 shock dart down as well, so it's not that big of a deal. Really good value coming out there.
Yeah, the heal's been used 45 seconds before they have another one.
Firm's in a really advanced position here. He may be able to catch some of these members off guard.
Not an angle you really checked, is it?
Here's the orb. He's not dropping.
Oh.
This is good trigger discipline.
Tornation, nice starts at Firms! Easy peasy Japanesey. Just claps him from behind. Nebula tries to play this round to win by those 2 rifles, and they're basically going to lose. A flawless round for Funky Monkeys. Okay, that was unexpected.
Well, 2 rifles could be a little bit iffy there, but it's okay. They'll all be able to force buy in the end. The only issue here is going to be Jesse. I'm going to see... Okay, he does have full util, though, so it's okay at the end of the day. He's going to have to elect for half shield, but it's not the end of the world. He's generally playing in the backline anyway, so he's not going to be one that is going to really need that full shield, especially when 4 of the members have Vandal, so it shouldn't really affect too much at the end of the day. Regardless of that, though, let's have a look at ultimates. We're also going to be one off that Viper's Pit very shortly. So that could potentially be a win con going into this round if they do get the spike down or give it to him and he manages to get it down. Orb's going to come out mid, so they're going to look to try to just play a couple of mind games here. As the dart comes down towards B long, it's going to potentially reveal some members.
Just one. Well, it's intel, nonetheless. Not gonna lie though, I don't think I've actually seen kill. Well, I'll talk about that a little bit later as Jordation's just tapping away, does some good damage, and a heal potentially coming through for attacks, I would like to think. Although, Cal, if he's made his way really far up behind the enemy lines, easy opening onto Psycho, dashes away to safety, guarantees Nebula the man advantage, and now maybe waiting for a rotation, but looks to be an A pinch, I think.
Ooh, rolls.
Oh,
he could get through for free here.
Boom, boom, easy. Unbelievable. It's like, in the previous round, you saw all those firms who did that, and then this time it's Whirls. Ultorb gets taken by Jesse. Wow. A reverse flawless round? You're joking, right?
Don't jinx it yet. Jordation's still in the round.
The sixth time.
Yeah, let's see if he managed to get something that dart. Oh, that's a beautiful dart. Getting a wallbang here? Oh, he's not. There you go. Jesse takes him down. Flawless round. You were correct. So back-to-back flawlesses, one for each team.
Yeah, that's what it says in the script right here. They had to, you know...
Oh, the script?
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah. Get these flawless rounds really early on. But holy crap. Well done by Nebula to strike right back. Completely unfazed. And now look at Funky Monkeys. Onto an eco. It's rough. But all their firms close to their blades, I guess.
They could buy here. They can definitely buy here.
You think?
Firms one off blades. So what's going to happen here is he's just going to go for that orb and back off and play his blades. So really standard. As again, like there's nothing about this game that has really just blown me away yet.
Yeah. I think for me at least, the one thing that's interesting is that I don't see much Killjoy being played towards that angle defensively. Early Sage will used.
That's a wall you'd never really see. So that's something that's definitely a bit new.
Ranked
really
games,
aggressive to come out from the start. Firm's missing all the blades. 2 blades left. He's going to be able to connect. No, it's not Tax to find the opening.
Oh dear. Psycho. Oh, that's a nice double. And then Whirls from up top takes him down. Okay, just fist fights right now. Trading back and forth. Viper Spit, Sage Wall, and the plant sticks to go down. Yeah, the Viper Spit. I mean, it's a good thing the Reloaded is alive, but the Elder doesn't get really much out of it. So the Recon Arrow potentially may help them win this round. Look at where.
Potentially, Rel's going to be able to open up. And there you go. Reloaded with a trade. 2v2 situation here. Jesse's been potentially spotted, but the wall's up and it's going to buy him a lot of time.
He's going to have the res regardless of what happens, I suppose. So he's playing the close angle. Minimize what sharp shot. Spots the gun barrel as well. Reloaded. Oh no, rough spot. The shot dart tickles him and it takes him down. Unbelievable.
Oh man. Just seeing his body kind of drop through the wall is always quite entertaining. But I mean, this is why Nebula picked this map. They have a good understanding of it, and they're definitely showing why they picked it. So they've gone A every single round, by the way, and it's worked every single time they've gone. The one round it didn't work is because they went B. So Nebula have a very easy game plan for the rest of these rounds, and it's really just up to Funky Monkeys to react. And look at this. It's a 3-man stack onto the A side.
Yep, they are changing things up. I think they need that kind of denial, slow util with the Sage Orbs and the Killjoy Mollies. Jordation. Sheriff this time. And minimize discipline. Indeed. Checks it. Oh my god. Just gunned down like a rabid dog.
There's nothing you can really do. There's no counterplay. Cal's also popped the knives as well. I don't really think that was necessary, but if you may be able to find some kills here, never mind. I spoke too soon.
He's got shut down completely.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Back through mid.
They res him. Sure, I guess, against an anti-eco. But look, Nebula, this is going on an absolute tear. Another flawless round. 2 ultimates used though. I don't know. Maybe the res could have been saved. They have the money to play with.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to be cautious. They're just trying to be safe. They're not really trying to take any risks. They know they'll probably be able to get another resurrection off in the half.
Yep.
But still, yeah, no, I don't want to bash that decision, but I don't think it was the most necessary thing. I think they just want to close this game out as easy as possible and not really have too many variables happen. But yeah, the blades and the res being used there, they do have the Hunter's Fury on minimize, so that's going to be something that could come into play this round there, as they are going to be electing to potentially go towards B, as the stack is still towards A, the 3 members of Funky Monkeys. Drone's going to spot Jordation, force him off the line. Minimize could elect to Hunter's Fury, but he's definitely going to hold on to it, most likely for the post plant.
Indeed. Nebula, they love playing post plant. Doesn't matter, Jordation gets caught out in the open and Minimize. Way too sharp for him. B-side's been taken, they have to fall back. I mean, they have ultimates to play the retake with, and Tax, this is very forward positioning. Hunter's Fury being used by Reloaded, trying to get them off the spike. It works, but not for too long. I would like to think. Minimize still on absolute tear as the battle's over. Tax, look at this positioning. Basically behind the enemy lines now. I think maybe at this point, Funky Monkeys, they should just count their losses and back off.
They do have the lockdown, but I don't think at this point it's going to be enough. They're going to have to find a really good position to use it. And look where Tax is. He's read this completely. Minimized with a third somehow. I don't even... Okay, I thought Tax was going to swing that, but that's... Well, there you go.
Jackson
Firm's
White.
Gonna have to save, yeah, he's going to have to save this. Like, he's got an operator. He can't go for this.
Jesus Christ. This guy's just having a field day right now.
Oh,
give it to him! How? Screw it!
He's on for the ace.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Cal spotted him out. Minimizer wants it. Easy, man! Fuck. Oh my god, okay. Or not. Reloaded. Gets a neat double, at least to hold on. There's the operator behind him. If you can hold on to that, it'll be great. And it will be Tax to take him down. Well, Minimize, you had your fun, but no. You don't get the ace. Not this early on. Not map 1.
I'm just playing so aggressive there with an operator of all things against Nebula's economy, who's most of the members are getting towards that maxed out cash. At that point, even if you're going for exits and you find a frag, it's not really going to mean anything in the grand scheme of things. You're still losing the round, and they're still going to have a lot of money to go with or credits into the next round. Yeah. I think him, alongside, I believe it was Reloaded, they just needed to back off and just hold on to the operator. Because now they've lost it. They have no tools going into this round. They've got Sheriffs and a Marshal. This is looking very, very grim right now.
Very one-sided.
Myself.
But then again, you know, once game 1, sometimes a bit of a throwaway map, warm-ups, happens with a lot of teams. Especially in that, like, what, 5th to 10th, I would say. Firms.
Potentially.
Aggressive positioning.
Beautiful.
3 taps, takes him down, and then attacks with the instant trade. Nebula, they're playing with full confidence right now, just getting really into the faces of Funky Monkeys. They know that they have the econ advantage, gun advantage as well. Dordation pops the Viper Spit, gets walled off, though. A lot of util being thrown around. Tax finally pops the Empress.
Yeah, I think they're going to leave Tax here to just create a lot of noise. They're going to be rotating out here. Careful with the mid-play Chronics. He could find one.
A Sheriff, though. It's going to be hard. Gets nothing out of it.
It's not going to be found. And look at that. They're rotating off. They're going to commit to A, though, and Tax is just going to be lurking here, potentially see if he can find something. Doesn't look like it's meant to be, unfortunately. Here we go. Hits out to A.
Rotation to R fast. Jordache, sorry. Reloaded. Nice initial opening shot. Okay. Trick shot there. And it looks like, yeah, they're going back to B because the Loric for Jesse Tax has paid off. He's basically got some in the same position he was in previous round. And knows the B side's basically clear. Although, Tordation, next door neighbors with them. Yeah, can't land that shot. And Tax, an absolute menace, going for more. Full confidence. Psycho. Good luck.
Yep. I mean, at this point, you just... if I was in the camp of Funky Monkeys, I'd probably be just trying to formulate a plan. That's a nice shot to come out on the counter. That's at least going to be a gun you can work with in this. At this point, you just try to do some damage.
Yep.
Try to get some confident frags under your belt. You're not... I mean, do you want to save the rifle at this point? Because your economy is going to be... You're going to be able to buy next round no matter what.
Good attempt.
Nice start.
Alright. Well, they're throwing bodies at him, so this got interesting, potentially.
I don't think he can win the round, though. The spike gets sticked away quite a bit. And he's so many angles to check. Woo! That's nice. Look at that. That team play there from Nebula. One stray shot, and then Psycho didn't expect Jesse to swing at all. Wow.
Yep, completely focused on the operator. Had no idea that Jesse was going to be in the close position.
Misdirections.
That whole round was just textbook play by... Alright, so we're going to see attack pause for Nebula. But as I was saying, that was quite literally just... Oh. Okay.
They were fast. It doesn't matter. Well, maybe they want a handicap of sorts because, like you said earlier, you know, it's very stock standard. Nothing's out of the ordinary here. It's just a standard game for Nebula at this point. They aren't struggling at all, just fully relaxed.
I mean, that previous round before the timeout got called, so I was a little thrown off by that because Tax was like, oh, let's get attack pause, and he's like, never mind.
Yep.
But yeah, it was just really standard. They caught noise and they decided to rotate back towards A. They just make a lot of noise. Tax is working into an advanced position and they're like, okay, cool. We know where Tax is. We know he's basically... We need to trust him that he's cleared out the whole B side. Let's just run back and get the spike down free and leave Calth to lurk A. And look, it worked out in the end. They got a pretty clean round. Only 2 members remaining there, but it doesn't matter. They have so much... Yeah, they've got so much money. And nothing Nebula's doing is like it's just so it's just working. They don't need to do anything fancy because
If
what they're doing right now, their game plan, it's just beautiful. It's working.
If anything, I'll probably say that Minimize as the captain IGL for Nebula. Sometimes he does go for these, like, you know, real hard reads and everything, at least from what I've experienced. And when his reads are on point, I guess this is what happens. Just the perfect calls. And it helps the fact that, like, Nebula right now, they're playing really well. No matter where they go, it's almost guaranteed they can always, like, get a frag or two. And look at that. They feel
They're
this Sova util coming, so these stay put. Bait out some util first. Jordation gets spotted out. Oh, man. He has backup in the form of firms. Shots are being missed, though. They have to fall back. Every single time, you know, just Nebula is so good at getting this map control.
About to come out to clear yellow. Not going to find anything, though, because as we can see on the minimap, because we have perfect information, they've decided to back off instead. They're still going to be working towards this B location. Tax is sitting in mid. Wall's going to come out. That's not a wall you see every day. That's going to be able to give them a lot more site control. So I'm curious to see if that does have
Ooh!
there. Ooh, that's a nice spam.
No way, the timing. Did he see him?
Oh, he's seen his head? No, he's seen the head,
Psycho didn't see Tax, though. This is huge. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there's too much going on.
Tax! Oh, he whips that, and then Psycho just, you know, walks right past and takes him down. Okay, I think this is the first time in a bit we've seen Nebula with the man disadvantage. Hunter's Fury for the potential Killjoy counter. Minimize, gets taken down though, on the flank. Alright, never mind.
Okay. Well, there you go. He has one molly available as well. Firms is going to be able to get onto this line here. They're not going to be able to find the shot on the Rose. Rose is pushing through, finds one onto Psyker. There you go. Diffuses through.
Yeah. You know what? I was just saying that Nebula, they were playing well, making these really hard reads. Like, it really did work, but I think, you know, Tax, he just got timing briefly, and then things just fell apart one at a time.
I think he wanted to try to greed for 2 kills there, because he knew where one of them was. He knew, okay, if I can get away with this, I'll be able to get the other one. But then I guess it is a bit of a timing as well. But yeah, I guess if he just waited, managed to get the kill onto Psycho and potentially dismissed out, it could have been a bit different. But look, that's a lot of that's in hindsight. Let's not worry about that. They were living in the present. 2-7. Nebula still have a huge buffer currently. Firms is getting very aggressive here. But that's a nice smoke.
Oh, spots out the thigh of Tax, and it's okay. It's just a wallbang. Here's a Sage that's there to back him up. Tara gets spotted out. Kelth once again on the aggression. Oh, Nanoswarm will force him back, though. This is good. And finally, Chronix does take down one. The instant trade and the res. Sage will soon go up, potentially. Rails, how do you just take down 2 instantaneously? Shock Dart does take G just down low, but now, look at this. 5v2, Nebula.
Out of it.
Very convincing. Just leave
coming into this round.
Leave reloaded to do some damage, I guess, but you gotta save the operator now.
Yeah, you need to really hold on to this weapon. This weapon, I mean, Firms isn't really... Oh, okay, there you go. He's found one onto Tax. He's trying to dump... Oh, no, he's going for the round. This is potentially... This could potentially be a very big mistake here.
One enemy remaining.
I'm speechless. Not too sure what happened there. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and just say that it was a fat finger. But wow, look, economy's rough. They lost the operator. No blades to play with. Maybe he could have, you know, tossed over the gun to someone else potentially. Firms maybe looking to go for a hero buy. They have a tactical timeout, you know, like they can still use it because Nebula they're just unhinged.
Nothing's working. That's all it is. It's just nothing working on the side of Funky Monkeys at this point. This half is looking like it's going to be a 10 or a 10-2. They're on a half buy here. So this round may just potentially be a write-off completely. This drone is going to force Firms out of the sneaky little position he managed to get a double kill from before. That's beautiful usage, but have a look at here. Look where Psycho is.
Yeah, only a classic though. Has to do quite a bit with it. Firms, nice opener. Looking for more at this point. Hunter's Fury to come through to flush him out. Jordation gets one to the Cal. And Nebula, they strike right back. Minimize and attacks the tag team. These doing a lot of damage here. Full chaos. Util being pumped down everywhere. Tax snipes down Jordation. Reloaded 1-on-2. I mean, it's doable, but okay, he's going around the back lines for a gun.
Yeah, he's got a classic. He definitely needs a better weapon. Spike's going to go down in the default location. Tax is getting into an advanced position. This is looking very good for Nebula. But it's definitely a world where Psycho, or not Psycho, excuse me, Reloaded does win this. He has the dart available, so he could potentially tag one of them or force them into an uncomfortable position. Working up from this B-long location, doesn't look like he's going to be able to find anything for the time being.
Nebula, they've basically taken the defender's place on site. Rico knows to come through, knows where Tax is, wins the duel! Oh man, alright! Breaking his wrist a little bit, and Minimize just being so patient. Goodness.
I thought he might have just randomly flicked on a Minimize. I would have lost my mind.
I think he heard the footsteps briefly to some extent.
Yeah, I mean in that scenario, you definitely you expect Minimize to peek because the whole idea is you just peek together and you can't win it.
Indeed.
Minimize is just like, no, I'm just gonna back off, you know.
That's the CS:GO muscle memory that we saw. Yeah. No, it was great to see, but still down by 7 rounds. Crash, like yeah, 10-2 half potentially. Killjoy lockdown has it been used at all this half? The res as well for Psycho?
I don't actually know, but I know the lockdown has definitely not been used. That could potentially be a nice little wallbang. Minimize is going to get the hell out of there, though. He's just dropped down and lose a little bit of his HP. Shouldn't be too much in the end. Psycho's been spotted towards here alongside Sova in Reloaded. Firms could potentially go nuclear here.
Firms. Good for one. Get straight out instantly. Nebula, they're just so onto it right now. Getting a second. Now they've got the man advantage. Killjoy lockdown does get dunked down, and Minimize just trying to save his team. And as a result, Nebula, they made the numbers very even here. Low-key throwing this round, but we'll see what happens. Where else he's running out of ammo. Oh my goodness, that was a small whiff there. Spike is out of Nebula's control. I'm not too sure.
I don't know, it just looked like he was lagging for a second there. Okay! That round could have been a lot different.
Yeah.
I feel like if Brels breaks the lockdown, he probably would have been able to get out and it would have been a 2v2 situation.
Yeah.
Without that lockdown having to be a factor.
That's one thing, but at the same time, you know, I think that round at Nebula, they were being really relaxed, looking at how they played. Just you know, lack of discipline, running around. Still up by 6 rounds though, so it's a huge buffer to play with. But this is Funky Monkey's chance to really, you know, put the pedal on the metal on the attack side, get a few rounds in, try to make up for some lost ground. Potentially 5-9, but then against a proper buyer on Nebula on defense, could be risky. Tax on defense as well.
They're gonna have to be worried about Tax here as well. He's playing towards this B-long location. It's gonna potentially be something that they walk into. Something to note as well is there's no flashes on the side of Funky Monkeys. So that could potentially be a bit of a hindrance going into their attacking side, as we did see Nebula obviously have. Oh, hold on.
Oh, wow. Nice repositioning. It doesn't matter though, but the Frenzy at point blank loses to Psycho's classic right clicks. Goodness. Okay. Good start. Roll strikes back. He wants more though. The misdirection, unbelievable from Nebula. Damage has been done. Rotations are basically through. And Minimize, oh wow, gets tagged down so low. I think that was an instant heal out though.
Your Chronic's down to a very low 18 HP, doesn't have the heal available as well. Firms is getting really aggressive here with the Sheriff, trying to find something into the round. Another one for Minimize coming out, or the first one for Minimize coming out, excuse me. Almost gets the shot on the Jordation. It's a 2v2 here, Digital.
Jesse, he's just blocked off the entry onto the side.
That's such a good wall. That's so good.
Unbelievable. This biding time. He knows the Jordanation's there. Done some damage already. Even more damage. Oh my goodness. Jesse has backup as well, I think. Okay, 1v1. Kelth. Okay. He should win this easily. Unless Jordation gets the nuttiest right click of his life.
So walking into his crosshair, he's going to expect it. Sharp shot to come out from Cal. That wall, okay, that's something that I've seen in so many other, like, especially NA pro games. The whole idea of that wall is, I do this in my ranked game as well, and I get flamed for doing it, even though it works all the time. Because all you have to do is just spot, okay, they're coming B long. Okay, cool, they're coming B, let's just wall this. And they're forced to either break it or they, like, and waste time. So basically you buy rotations, or you buy time for the rotations, or they just back off and they're just completely confused. And what happened there is you can't plan. Because you either break the wall, you have to walk around it. And the whole idea is you want to get that comfort plan. You want to be able to play in that default location that just wasn't available to them.
Yeah. And plus, especially on a pistol round, all those extra resources to, you know, just to break the wall. It's very stiff.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, the pistols. It's just not worth it.
Look at that combination.
Oh, no!
With shots and Tax. Unhinged right now. He smells blood. Just claps Psycho easily. Not like, that was fantastic. The snake bite down low to block off that one angle, and then Tax just goes up aggressively behind the Viper wall. Wow.
Kind of, there's nothing to do. Okay, that's a sheesh coming out from Digital. That's not something I expected here on a Sunday, I guess midday on a Sunday. But there you have it, everyone.
Look, Funky Monkeys, they need every little bit of confidence they can get right now. And it seems to be only really Firms that's, you know, getting these big frags. Minimize. Oh, well.
Why is that in the game, honestly?
Special-
That's so dumb.
Special ops.
Yeah, special forces coming through.
Oh my goodness.
They've just okay. I'm getting tilted.
They walked past the old
door.
one. Oh dear.
Oh,
That
my
was good.
goodness.
That was a great shot actually by Chronix. From that distance with the classic. One claps. Tax. Burls.
30 seconds.
Rambo. John Rambo! There we go! Oh my god, absolute chaos. Great timing as well. The comms are there for Nebula. 11-3.
Alright, well, they lost 2 in their anti-eco. So looks like they're going to be playing this bonus pretty well. This is something that I saw RDW do quite a bit. Buys in Ares and just holds down this B-long line.
Oh,
this
okay.
B-long line from spawn. The whole idea is just wallbang it. You play it the one way and you just wallbang it as well. If they try to plant, you can break the wall really easily. You apply a lot of pressure. It's something that I saw him do quite a bit. He did get a lot of success out of it. 4-man stack towards A. I'm pretty certain they're going to wall up. Yeah, watch this. Taxes.
Yeah.
Like, this is Taxes round.
That is a Fnatic-esque push, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. Psycho actually does get the initial opening frag onto Kelth and Funky Monkeys. This is right.
They're out.
They're being patient. They feel a threat is coming, and they back off all the way over to B, in which Nebula, they're kind of left alone.
Yep. Path is already going to get taken out. I don't know if he had a rifle in hand or not. Tax still has a rifle alongside Minimize, so they've got a bunch of tools to work with in this round. It's going to be up to Rolls here. Have a look. This is exactly what I was talking about. You play around this sort of one way, and you just, if they want to push, you just spam them.
Let's see it. They aren't
maybe
even
not for a
budging. Okay.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was, oh, okay, they're all dying.
Okay.
Never mind. Minimize with 1.
Spike planted.
Recon arrow clapped instantly. Minimizing Tax, the last 2 plays of Nebula. This is their bonus round of sorts, and reloaded on the Lurk. Psycho finishes Minimize. Okay, Funky Monkeys, they take their first buy round, losing only 1 player. Pretty good.
Yeah, really well done. I mean, as expected, they got a flawless round of their gun round.
Yeah.
This is going to be... Oh, we'll have a look at Nebula's economy. Since they decided to invest into those 2 rifles, they're forced onto a save here. Or a bit of a half buy, so we're going to see some sheriffs coming out.
That's fine. It's not like, you know, they're struggling for rounds right now. Now, I know that Minimize, he's a real, like, VOD nerd. He watches a lot of the European games to get, you know, inspiration for Nebula's strats. But I remember once I played with him on Icebox, I was Sage, I believe, and I called the aggressive Sage wall push that we saw right there. Maybe. I like to think he took inspiration from me, but we'll see what happens. Funky Monkeys just pedal to the metal right now, aggressing onto the A site. Jesse goes down. Plants surely to be secured soon. On the Nebula on the flank here. Can't really get much done with the eco guns. Yeah. Being picked off.
Player standing.
Okay. Okay. Fight for his life.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, I was just waiting for them to swing that. I was like, why isn't he swinging it? I'm like, damn, I'm a bad observer, apparently. But look, that's exactly what you want to see. They lost 1 member in that whole entire round. So this is Funky Monkeys accelerating their economy to get to a stage where they can be comfortable for multiple rounds coming up. Kalth is now electing for the operator, so this is going to be the X factor coming into this round. It's really a matter of where's Kalth going to position this operator. If he manages to find a pick or whiffs a shot, where is he going to be next? So Funky Monkeys, they really need to be worried about this operator. Kalth can get very explosive with his weapon. As I said before coming into this map, he has gotten a very incredible ace with this weapon on this map, holding down that B-long position. So I expect some nutty plays coming out from him. I would expect nothing less. I've hyped him up a bit. I want to see it.
You hyped up the Ares play earlier on. That didn't quite go the way we expected. Let's see more. Let's see what happens. Tax. Okay, this is what he does best on Icebox. Just being a random menace. Killjoy Lockdown. Second time it's been used to basically go for a site take, I like to assume. And Nebula is going to back off. 5-on-5 post-plant retake, potentially.
Beautiful. Good position from Firms. He's gonna almost find the pick on a Kalth. Kalth goes down the half HP. Shock Dart's gonna come down and potentially deny the plant. Not gonna happen. This round is already looking very good for Funky Monkeys. They've used 2 ultimates. Oh my goodness, Minimize. That could have been heroic right there.
Almost. Just couldn't quite get the shot down. The audio cues basically killed him. Yeah, Nebula, you know, they could honestly cut their losses early on and just go for the save. Although, as I say that, great starter. Numbers equalized, and they have a few ultimates to play with, their own Viper Balls. The Empress, I think, could really be utilized inside the Viper Spit right now. And
I don't
Nebula, they're working onto the sights slowly but surely. They catch a Jordation
no.
out of the Viper Spit. That's it, gone. That's the entry
you
ticket
serious
onto the
right
sights. They're making this happen. Still haven't lost another player besides Minimize, but post-blind utility. Well done, Nebula. They lost that round. Funky Monkeys, well played. Expensive round though, and Nebula, yes, they stay alive.
I was so confused at that point. The Viper,
Yeah.
Jordation is just caught out in the open. This Viper Spit goes down. I'm like, okay, surely they don't win this round. And then I look at the minimap. I see Chronix is playing all the way towards belt. I'm like, okay, they should have this round in the bag. Playing with his nanoswarms, it should be a done deal. Especially him from that position as well. He can just fight them, and there's not really much they can really do. Yeah, so I always expected that to be a Funky Monkey round. That got a little bit. Oh, okay, Jordation doing a nice little 360 there.
His
got a
mouse
little bit
span out.
Yeah, a little bit worrying to the end, but they had the idea in the end. They managed to win it out. That should never be happening, though. Like, Jordation should never be dying there, because that whole Viper's Pit is what's stopping them on getting on the side. And the fact that he goes down, it gives him potentially a chance to get into that round. So that got extremely problematic. Okay, 2 ultimates already used at the start of the round. Minimize is going to find absolutely nothing with his, though.
Kelth, I think he has his right idea. Jesse gets caught out on rotation on push up, I believe, and Firms. Nice neat double. Okay, once again, Firms. He's the one that's really awake for Funky Monkeys early on, and as the day goes on, the more players should be joining him. B-side take looking really fast here. Wall goes up. Default plant goes down. Nebula, I think, go for it.
Spike planted.
All right, well there you go. Attacks. This is where it gets explosive. Empress is also available as well.
He can do this. What's out? Jordation, you don't want to be challenging Tax when he's basically feeling this thirsty. They've cleared the flanks as well. They know exactly where all the last few players of Funky Monkeys are playing. Util early on getting baited out. Snake bites, mollies.
Well, they're going to go for it.
Potential, yeah. Minimize loses that duel though. Unfortunate. Have Attack strikes right back. Sticking this all the way. Shock dart to come through. Royals is so low. Has to run. It's
They're
done.
leaving it. It was a good attempt.
They got a few kills.
Yeah, I thought Tax potentially would have gone for the Empress that just tried to snowball after getting that initial frag. Looks like they're not going to be able to find anything in the end. It's going to be 2 remaining for Nebula, 3 remaining for Funky Monkeys. This is, I said at the start that they may struggle having no flashes in their comp, but it looks like they're working it really well. The whole idea of Funky Monkeys is they're just deciding to play as a team. They're grouping as 5 and deciding to hit a side. There's no real room for error with that sort of play, and they're making it work. They're making it work. They haven't gone for a lurk yet, so I wouldn't be surprised in these next couple of rounds if they do decide to just send one of them through mid or send one of them onto the opposite side that they're hitting just to find that lurk. They haven't done it yet, so it's potentially a play that can easily catch Nebula off guard and potentially turn that into a free round win.
I think at least the reason why for Funky Monkeys they've been able to string together a nice little bit of couple of rounds is actually because Nebula on the defense they're just playing a little bit too aggressive and if anything cocky.
I mean, speaking of aggressive, I've looked at Tax already.
Same story. Although this time not as aggressive because they're watching.
This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. They've got both the rifles onto that B long location, that very long sight line.
Yeah.
So, oh, he's not gonna be able to get the drone.
No.
Okay, well, that's unlucky.
$400.
Yeah. Minus 400 a year.
Oh, Jesse.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, Firms wants to back off. At this level of play, you don't want to be taking your chances.
Oh, have a look. So they may be walking into this into the 2 Vandals here. Do they have... And they don't have a drone. They've only got a dart. So this close angle by Tax could potentially be really big here. If they don't check that corner
The wall goes down, though. It's unfortunate. Rolls is the first point of contact. Tax basically slings after and dismisses away potentially. Yep, spots them out. Snake bite and Tax honestly.
Tax.
Oh my god! Oh, we're gonna hit them perfectly! Tax good for 1. Empress has been popped. Gets out of there. Behind enemy lines now. Good for a second. Still dismissing away, causing issues for the enemy team. Triple for Tax. Oh my god, it's paying off. It's paying off, baby. And Cal steals a kill from him. The Lear comes through as all down to Jordation the 6th time. He has a gun to play with, has the spike in his hands, and hightails it over to the A site. He can still do this.
Yeah, round back. Oh, wait, no. Wait, time?
Time?
Oh, I don't think he has to
wait. 6 seconds. It's doable.
No, he does not have time.
7,
There's no way, right?
6,
yeah, no, it's
5,
done. It's done.
4.
No, it's
oh,
done.
no. Oh.
Hacks.
Unfortunate.
I told you, as soon as because they've got Tax in an advanced position and Rose is playing towards that, like, towards yellow, they're never going to expect Tax. The only person that even decided to check that angle was Psycho, and what happened? He got his head completely ripped off. And then what happened? Tax dismissed out, went for another, dismissed out, went for another. He almost could have gotten the kill on Jordation if he just had his gun out there. It's just unlucky timing, but that's just beautiful. That's exactly what I'm saying. These little plays, these little bait plays that never have been done before by Nebula in this map, they catch him off guard. It's like how I said before, if you send a lurk up mid to the side of Funky Monkeys, you may just be able to win a round off of it. Nebula just did something similar, but on the defensive half, and it worked out really well. Okay, well, there you go. Jordation missing that. Shouldn't be that big in the end. That's an aggressive Hunter's Fury.
Oh, Jesse gets second down. That's good. No resurrection for Nebula. And then Calth, you know, he strikes right back. Okay, but this A-side push looking really aggressive, but Nebula, they're still on sights. Minimize just can't really challenge that angle. Double swing indeed. And, Calth swings it as well. And they're just getting picked apart. The resurrection back online for Funky Monkeys. Tax on the lurk, but Chronix is watching it. He's joined by Firms.
Spike planted.
Firms no longer.
Oh.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
man. It's not meant to be.
Oh, he saw
like
the barrel.
That's the, I mean, oh.
Wow.
Where did that go? Alright, well, I'll say right now, this round should basically just be over. Rose managed to find one, 19 HP on him, 1v3. It's not looking very likely considering they have 3 agents with post-plant utility. At that point, you just back off, save the Phantom. It doesn't even look like it's going to happen with the Chronix. 3k for him.
It seems that Funky Monkeys, they are finding much more success when they run really fast onto a site, but assuming they win the initial engagement.
One way to look at it. There you go.
I think play to their strengths. It's what they're good at. But look, Nebula now, match point. Only one more to play with, and Funky Monkeys, they've made it challenging to say the least.
Yep. So 4-round buffer as well. So for overtime, you're gonna need 4 rounds. That's just basic maths for you. There you go. Really standard stuff for Nebula. Yet again, they're gonna be going for this half by. Knives are gonna get deployed early. Gonna be looking at the center this B location. Firm's gonna get behind that drone.
There you go.
Try to find something. This is really good. They're just playing really safe. They're playing smart. They're trying to not walk into a stack. What? Oh my goodness. Checked like a million angles at once there.
Checking out that they don't exist, but his glove cleared that! Oh goodness, what a flick onto Rurls! It doesn't matter, Firms is definitely awake right now, and basically tosses out the rest of his blades. Damn, that's a flick. Okay, Spike goes down, Nebula, they're already on an eco. I mean, they have a Bulldog and a Hero Rifle, I believe. Gonna have to go huge with it.
Looking a bit grim currently. They are playing this heavy post plant. That's a nice little dink. I don't think it's going to amount to much in the end, though. Firms has got a lot to do here. He can go pretty big. He's already managed to find one in the round. Oh.
Shots being exchanged. Tax, he smells the lurk. It takes one to no one. Yeah, Nebula. This is it's stiff. That Sage will just stop so much.
He's going to box him in.
All right. One. None.
Okay, that's a good dismiss there. They're swinging. 2.
3, 4! Tax gets the ace on an eco! He just gets all the frags afterwards. That's beautiful to see. Oh man.
The spacing from Funky Monkeys was not
They really wanted to take him down. Look, the thing about Nebula is on Icebox, right? Tax is their star player on Icebox. Him on Arena is just an absolute menace to deal with. He can go aggressive, he can go defensive, he can pull stuff like that. Holy, that's a clip.
He's almost on 30. He's 3 away from
it.
Oh, the spacing is just, they just all walked into it basically one by one, like not even one by one, they kind of just lined up towards the end. That was so problematic. Jesse's going aggressive, he's going to get supported by him. There's 2 for him. Oh no, it might be falling apart. Calth with 1, it's a 2v4 already.
That's just a complete mowdown. Damage was done, and then Minimize, he didn't actually have to commit to the headshots, just the spray control worked out. Firms, good for 1, the 1 and done. Jordation, the 6th time. We saw this last night, he has to clutch it out. Calth next door neighbors with them. And the gun view model blocks his point of view. Jordation, okay, has the ultimate. It's gonna be a win condition here. The snake bite though takes him down a little bit.
43. 2 bullets is all it takes to take out Jordation, and he has to fight 2 max health players.
He has 1 minute to play with. It's stiff. It's doable. Nebula, they are doing the right thing, playing together. Jordation, he hears the footsteps. Nice snake bite. It forces them around the other angle, but Tax just blind fires through the smoke. 13-9.
28 for tax.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there you go. I said it was Cal at the start. He woke up towards the end with a nice little 2K on the off radar. But I mean, MVP of that game has to always be tax. 3 first bloods. Oh my goodness! Look at that from Firm. 7
356
first
combat
bloods.
score.
Yeah,
Okay. That's fair. Firms, obviously, he had to really, be the player to step up for Funky Monkeys. But 356 combat score for attacks, like, what's the highest that we've ever seen?
It's not even that. Have a look. You have to look at the first. Like, I don't know if stream can still see this. The scoreboard right now.
They can.
Okay, but have a look at this. You got 4 first bloods on Psycho and 7 on Firms. That's already 11 first bloods, and you're only winning 9 rounds.
Yeah.
That's something that does need to be like, they got so many first bloods in that game, but they couldn't convert the round. That's something that they need to have a look into, because if they're getting the man advantage and not converting it, there's something going wrong there. And these are literally the stats. Like, you can't argue with this. If you're getting the majority of the first bloods in a game and you're not converting at least how many first bloods is that? It's like 11. It's like 12, 13. That's like 15 first bloods in a 24 round game, and you only convert 9 of them.
Nebula, they're just good at the team play and getting the trades. That's all I can really say. So, 13-9. It was very one-sided initially, but then Nebula on defense, just a little bit quieter. But then again, they had to win very few rounds to close things out. And that's it. Map 1 done. Map 2, it will be split, which is actually Funky Monkeys' pick, surprisingly enough. And guys, short breather before we go in for maybe the last map of this matchup, or perhaps map 3, which will be definitely a sight to see. Don't go away just yet. We'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valorant Oceania Tour 2021 Stage 3 Open Qualifiers 2 Semi-Finals Nebula versus Funky Monkeys. I'm DigitalCasts, and of course joining me tonight, well today, actually this afternoon, the premier Valorant observer in Oceania, Crash OBS. Map 1. Nebula made it look very one-sided initially on the first half, and then Funky Monkeys, you know, they made it very competitive in the second, coming back from a pretty down bad, from a 9-3 scoreline and making it 13-9. Pretty good, all things considered, but then Nebula towards the very end there, especially Tax, that whole map, absolute menace.
I think one thing that needs to be noted as well is the fact that the first scoreline, or the first half, was 9-3. So
yeah.
Funky Monkeys, they have to play catch up and they have to do a lot of catching up. I think at that point, the game was just too far out of their control, unfortunately. Like, granted, comebacks are possible, but from a 9-3, like when you're swapping onto the attacking half of Icebox, it is very grim. And Nebula, they closed it out with a couple of bumps in the road, a couple of hiccups. Nice plays coming out from them, especially that cheeky little ace coming out from Tax towards the end, the nice little 3k from him as well. There's just a couple of plays I can think of, and obviously they're coming from Tax because he is absolutely disgusting on that Reyna on that map. Now, we're going in the split here. I have absolutely no idea what Funky Monkeys is going to pick, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a very standard comp coming out from Nebula, something like a Reyna Sage, like a Reyna Sage Astra Killjoy, maybe Raze as well, maybe a Jet.
Okay, the Reyna I won't be too certain of. Jet
really?
perhaps, but I'm feeling... Okay, sorry. I'm feeling a Raze. Reyna, okay, you are right about that, but Sky Astra. I'm feeling that.
I would say it has to be either the Sky or the Reyna. I wouldn't put both in the same comp.
Really? Okay.
For split, I think you're kind of... I mean, on a map like Split, you only need like one agent with flashes. I think using a Sky and a Reyna probably is a bit more counterintuitive, in my opinion at least, because you kind of have very similar utility. At that point, you either just run one or the other. I can understand like Minimize, obviously, he has played quite a bit of Sky in the past.
Oh yeah.
Tax is obviously the Reyna player. Or if there's going to be someone playing Reyna, it's going to be Tax. So... yeah, I am quite curious to see what they do bring out. I think one thing as well in OC is a lot of Killjoy is played on this map. I personally think Cypher, especially on this patch, is a lot better. So I would be surprised if we do see more Killjoy. I think his Killjoy's value or her value is just going down a lot more on this map. The only Cypher is it just makes a lot more sense now because you, especially holding B, it's so much easier. You put one trip at the front. They can't dash through it anymore. They have to break it. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to push out. If they want to jump it, you'll hear it. It's just, I think the info gathering with Cypher is just too good to pass up on. So I'm curious to see what these teams have as their reads on this map. That's my little 2 cents there. I think more OC teams should be playing Cypher, but at the end of the day, you play what works for you. So
indeed,
we won't talk about it too much more. We will be jumping into agents like very shortly here.
Yep, once the teams are ready. Now, to talk about your point earlier on, you know, Cypher, yes indeed, he's a lot more viable nowadays, especially with a Jet Dash not being able to break it. But at the same time, I feel that Killjoy utility, at least on certain maps, like Split potentially, for those like crazy choke points, her utility, it just buys a lot of extra time. Plus the ultimate, it's just more impactful compared to Cypher's in general. Because Split, it's not actually that big of a map, but it's more about the verticalities. And Cypher... yeah, it just comes down to how the teams play with these specific agents, I suppose. So, yes.
I just think it's, especially on a map like Split, it's just so easy to place a trip down and not have to worry about a single location. And you can play wherever you want on the map. You can like trip in vents on the defensive half, you can trip in mail if you want, and then obviously you can dump all your util onto a site, and especially on the attacking half, you can just trip a flank and you don't have to worry about it at all. Well... yeah, this is
Cypher has to stay alive though. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's the Astra. Breach. There's the Raze you talked about.
Okay, this is an interesting comment coming out from Nebula. Minimize is going to be on the breach. They're going to be playing 2 flash agents, but I quite enjoy this actually. One thing that does I guess need to be noted here. Is there's going to be no Sentinel. I want to say like I don't like using the like names of Sentinel and whatnot, but I guess like a true Sentinel for the side of Nebula, because at this point Sage is not a Sentinel. Like no one plays like a Sentinel half the time.
Basically,
she just locks down, like I guess she locks down an area, blah blah blah. You can play aggressive, blah blah blah. Sorry for another day. They're not going to be playing something like a Cypher or Killjoy. That's something that does need to be, I guess, thought about here. But on the flip side, there's the Cypher I spoke about. One thing that needs to be noted about Funky Monkeys as well, they're not playing a Raze, and I think this is a map where you kind of want to play Raze almost all the time because her util is just so valuable. It's so impactful. These chokes are really, like, they're choke points for a reason, and they're pretty short. Like, you can throw your nade, you deny so much potential for them to push.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I would like to be, as I say all the time, I want to be proven wrong. But right now, I would always tip Nebula here just because of that comp, purely because of the comp alone.
Yep. The breach, obviously. Buffs overall. He did lose a flash, but regardless, there's a fault lines and plus the aftershock. Man, 3 pumps. It clears basically that back pass of B as well. It's beautiful to see. And then Nebula, right off the bat, they take aggressive B main control. And A. Wow. Controlling the extremities of the map.
The whole idea is they're trying to force them to go mid. That's what they want to do. That's their game plan. They're like, okay, look, we're gonna push into B main. We're gonna wall off A main. We're gonna have a player sent up there. We want you guys to come mid. That's the idea. That's aftershock that's meant to hit him. Beautiful. Almost goes into him. Okay, that could have been deadly there. Tax could have gone down to an aftershock.
Backing over towards A. Small crossfire setup, but Rolls sees in a rough spot. The wall's about to break though. Again, nice timing on the smoke. Backs off.
Donation on the look though. That's going to be a player that needs to be paid attention to here. This is a really nice fault line to come out from Minimize. Going to buy so much time for the team.
Oh, Jesse gets fault lined himself. Manages to hold on for dear life though, and Rolls unhinged completely. Minimize locks down the sights. Rolls whipping a few shots, but it's okay. His teammates in the back him up, pulls out the knife. What is he doing? Jumping around 360, go for the knife, baby! Oh man, just absolutely Assassin's Creed reloaded. Nice pistol round for Nebula. Gave us an absolute show.
Well, that's why Breach is good on this map, by the way. His fault line so much quicker, so you can. Okay, the one issue Breach was always a good pick on this map, but he fell off just because you couldn't react as much with his play, like with his utility. Like he has great utility on this map, but you can't play as reactive as you'd like to. The fact that the fault line comes out so much quicker and Minimize is sitting in their spawn and he's able to fault line A main from spawn that quickly, slowing down the push, buying time for the rotations. That's exactly why you pick Breach on this map. There's so you can play so much more reactive with them now. And look at that double fault line to come out. Look how quick that fault line is. And here's the flash.
Aftershock, maybe potentially. Yes. They're going so aggressive, Nebula, on the defense. Okay, so maybe this is their strategy. Just, control extremities and now going aggressive down mid. Very interesting to see, but then again, they are playing SMGs anti-eco, so I wouldn't count Funky Monkeys out just yet.
This is what's happened. So the wall came out on the pistol round, which has forced them to think, okay, look, they're probably not going to give us A main. Let's try to go B main. Oh, they pushed B main. Okay, let's try to go mid. And look what's happened. They've decided to put a lot of resources to mid this round, and it's just completely it's a slaughter. Look at this.
He tried to Minimize trying to go for another knife there. Holy crap.
No, but they conditioned them for this play. This is what I'm saying. Like, they conditioned them. Okay, look, they realized on the pistol round, okay, we can't go to the extremities. Let's go mid. And what did they do? They try to fight the mid and catch them off guard. It didn't work out in the end, though. But look, they just decided to hold towards male, and they just walked into their crosshairs. Rolls just pushes through the smoke, manages to find one. And that's it. That's the round right there.
Okay, that was the anti-eco, though. This time, Nebula on the bonus. Worlds is sort of close to the Cosmic Divide, and Funky Monkeys. No one's close to anything, but they have rifles to play with, indeed. Once again, really aggressive control. Tax just going fast in. I don't actually think Firms was stunned there, but nice gravity well and paint shell combo, and that's the instant trade back on pure util alone. Flash to come through. Flashes right back. Absolute chaos.
What's going on? Well, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. And look at the minimap. The wall's gone up to B, so they know they can't be in B main. So they only know they can be A main or mid. Or if they are behind that B wall, they're gonna have to play they're gonna have to go through it very late or just break it. Oh my goodness. Okay. I said in the first map, I wasn't really surprised by anything, but now I'm having a look at the way Nebula's deciding to play. They're playing really smart with their utility, and they're making the correct plays. Granted, it's only 3 rounds in, but they're making the correct plays.
The reads. Look at this. The mental conditioning. You said it earlier.
Yeah.
The backed out A, no one's mid, everyone just rotates over towards B. The wall does go up, and Minimize goes for a swing. Okay, that was a small blunder. Damage has been done though, but good slow util, and they've only just barely made their way onto the site. Plays have already rotated over. Jesse gets that neat double with the Spectre, by the way, at that distance. The buy round for Funky Monkeys, and they're already a man down. 30 seconds. They pretty much have to commit to B, otherwise it's a long rotate. The 6th time, spots at the shoulder. Jesse does back off while we reloaded. He's been being really sneaky here. Nice headshot. Look for more. Just gets mowed down. 2v1 now. Jordation. He has to do it all. The lineup. It doesn't count. It doesn't come through though. 3 guns for Nebula.
That's so beautiful. I'm gonna praise Nebula so much. What they've done in those first 3 rounds. That's so beautiful. That is.
Like,
wow.
okay, like, mental conditioning is one part of it, right? But at the same time, it's the reads and then just what happens. Because that round there, their bonus was perfect. It just basically funneled the Funky Monkeys into B. Wow.
You're minimized. When you watch this VOD back, you're an absolute god for those first 3 rounds. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right,
That's
well,
all I'm gonna say.
they have to win this map first.
Yep.
Anti-Eco again. Walls back over towards A, and Firms. Look, he's the one player that's really turned on for Funky Monkeys right now. Great start onto Kelth. But they need a lot more than that to win the round.
They're hitting shots. Okay, there's too much going on. There's too much happening all across the map. So,
Firms is still over towards B main, next door neighbors with minimize.
He's not gonna push this, is he? Okay, look. Oh, but then this push is happening.
Gravity well combo. Jesse's locking it down. He wants more slow orb to buy time.
Here. Oh my god, there's too much happening on the map. I'm trying to find like all these fights. Ah, I'm a bad observer apparently. Okay, there we go.
Oh my god, this guy's he's on fire once again. It's the first blood's going the way of Funky Monkeys, but does the conversion come through? The timing.
We saw the. Okay, so this is absolutely huge from Tax. He just holds his position. He tells his teammate, "Look, he's in our spawn. He's in our spawn. Don't push. Just hold."
And Tax basically he might get the spike. Although what's going on?
No, they're trying to wrap around to A. Rolls is ready for this. He needs to win this fight. Beautiful.
Easy.
But this.
They think it's going over towards B for Nebula, so reloaded. Yeah.
It's fine there. It's fine because they can play the 2v1.
Yeah, that's true.
Cosmic Divide available. How many stars? We've only got 1 star available. And how many flashes? We have both flashes. Okay, this should be a really clean retake coming out from Nebula. Reloaded has a flash in the fault line to work with, so definitely has tools. He's one off the Rolling Thunder. These Nebula players cannot be isolated from each other. If one of them goes down and gets the Rolling Thunder on board, it could potentially be very problematic.
And then again, no armor as well for Reloaded, so could go either way, really. Man advantage for Nebula. Both Leas are out. They're just running and gunning onto the side. They know exactly where Reloaded is. Goes behind the wall. Tax has the Phantom. More ammo in the magazine. Sprays him down. End of story. Although Rolls is getting that defuse. So he's calling Tax back.
I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's an Empress. Like, generally, with an Empress, you get a kill. Oh, no, it's not. No time. Okay. Generally, with the Empress, you get a kill, then you decide to pop your Empress. You don't really Empress at the start of a round, or like sometimes during a hit you will, but it's more of a reactive ultimate instead of a proactive one. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good to come out from Nebula. The issue there is Firms just gets an insane deagle shot at the start, or a Sheriff shot at the start, and manages to get a kill onto Minimize, completely caught off guard. And then, I mean, if Tax didn't find the little shoulder, the little back, Firms, that round could have gotten out of hand very quickly. So what Reloaded's about to do here is completely get his boys to send it onto A. This is going to be an explosive round.
The Sage Wall, though. Yeah, bye-bye. Okay, it gets popped instantly. Rolling Thunder come through. Rolls has to back off. Nova Pulse. I think that buys a lot of time. It stunned basically everyone in that choke point along with the slow orb. Nebula, they basically shut this down. Another slow orb to come through. Rolls is in position to deny potentially. Firm stashes onto the side. Nebula, they're rotating over. Jesse locking it down. Gets one. Misses the second. Tip for a tat. And Nebula, the cavalry has arrived. And they're starting to get the trades back. Spikes will go down. Empress is popped. Chronic slow does make Nebula a little bit more honest. Numbers still even. Tax, forced to be reckoned with. Sprays down Reloaded. All down to last player. Psycho. Walls off one angle. 67 HP. No heal in sight just yet. One off to the res. Not going to help him though.
Yeah,
They know where he is.
Yeah, good luck.
Kaboom. The knife? The deagle? What are they doing here?
I guess I'm just toying with him a bit. Now, if we look up at the sky, have a look at that. There you go. That's
and the eyes as well of the kill animation. The dead body of the Sage. Yeah. They're just staring at it.
Right. There you go. T2 is everyone.
Yeah.
You know, gotta do it with the mouse sometimes. It's a little bit cooked. Let's not worry about it. 5-0.
Yeah.
So, really, just solid.
But the thing is, right, like, it has been 5 rounds back-to-back for Nebula. However, most of the time, when you see, a team having a 5-0 lead, their economy is basically maxed out. But I think kudos to Funky Monkeys as well. They've made every round rather expensive for Nebula.
Yeah, they're keeping them honest with the economy. They're not letting them get away too quickly, I guess you could say. One thing to note as well is they did play with Sheriffs for a couple of those rounds, and they got a really good damage with them. So
mainly Firms.
Something you haven't seen yet. Hold up.
Smart. Okay, they're just changing things up a little bit, adapting to Funky Monkeys, adapting to them.
You're gonna use the smirk.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Chronix!
Yeah, it was too late. The smirk.
He's jumping around, and Firms once again opens things up. Tax jumps right down though, trying to get the trade for his teammates. There's quite a few players watching the angle. The smoke to come through. Fake smoke as well. Tax. That was calculated, I think. Fake smoke and Tax. He will
Imagine trying to. Yeah, imagine trying to trade your teammate there, and then they just dash out. Jet, by the way, honestly.
But Tax.
Sorry,
He pushed regardless. He's walking to a firing squad though. Jumps right up.
Oh, when he jumped up.
That's rough. That's rough.
Oh, that's gonna. Okay. Well, Calth and Rills both have ultimates available. Showstopper could potentially get 3 kills. Oh, okay.
All right.
Just praying that stream sees that. Calth, he's got a good amount of util here. 1.
Yep. Gravity wall blocks off that angle. Paint shots as well. But unfortunately, it does go down. Wasn't expecting Chronix perhaps to push up that far in. Rural's 1 star. Cosmic Divide. He ain't no Texter.
No way, right?
Spike planted.
Good start.
Hold up.
Not damaged yet. I think he's aware. He's aware. Oh, but no. Almost
Okay.
had that flick actually, but Chronix had to go huge that round. The quad. First round on the board now for Funky Monkeys.
Right.
They're adapting.
Interesting.
They are
Yeah, they're
adapting.
They decided to fight B main, and look what happened.
Yeah.
They managed to get 1, and then they backed out. Tax decided to get aggressive, misses the shots, and they're like, okay, cool, we got the picks. We know B's open. Let's just storm on the B. Works out really well in the end.
Yep.
So their economy is still in a very interesting position for both these teams. This round's actually huge now that I take a look at the economy a bit more. This round's very important. Whoever wins this is going to be able to win the next round most likely.
Normally, though, if Nebula, with that 5 rounds back-to-back lead, if they, have better control of their economy, I think it's a huge buff already in the first half. Being up by 4 rounds, that's good enough. But imagine if being up like 4 or 5 rounds and having basically capped out economy. That's just huge. Having Operator on potentially on split as well. But then again, no Jet, so...
Looks like the Operator is just not the game plan for Nebula as well. I do believe.
Oh yeah,
Actually, I'm not
true.
sure if they would be able to buy one. I don't know. Kalki obviously can use the Operator, but he's on the Raze, and generally that's not a pair you generally see. On defensive half, it's a bit different because you can just turret Operator from a bunch of these angles. You can turret all the way from screens where Jesse's playing with the Operator. It's a really easy angle to hold everything with. But regardless, doesn't look like we're going to be seeing an Operator in play for a while. I would expect it to come out. Oh wait, hold up. There's a fake coming out to be.
So Sony Firms just dashing onto the site, basing rotations through already. Very nicely
plays,
done.
teammate. Oh no!
Minimize. That's a really expensive ultimate to use, but at least,
Over.
yeah, indeed. But indeed, if they do manage to get these few kills though, it may at least make it a pretty decent retake for Nebula. The blades are missed by Firms, and then I think they know it's a fake. Everyone just runs out. Okay, man advantage for Nebula, and look, the Rolling Thunder by Minimize that was saved.
I think they're comfortable with this though. They have Rolling Thunder and they have Cosmic Divide.
They're gonna go for it, absolutely. As a whole team, make a few calls, and there you go. There's the denial util. Slow them down a bit. Psycho, he's by himself here.
Oh my goodness, look at that. He's playing all the way from this location, trying to potentially hit screens. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case. They're letting him walk into heaven.
Well,
the ultimate's available. Minimize.
Boom! Runs right into it. And Psycho, did he get stunned? He does get stunned, but Rolls has to go trade back. Instantly guns him down. Time is running thin, though. Spike's taken away. Dualdation holds it down the 6th time. A neat double. Man, this guy, he never gets 1 kill. He gets multiple. And Funky Monkeys, they lock it down. Well done.
Even with 2 ultimates being invested, the Rolling Thunder and the Cosmic Divide, Jordation's just sitting there. He's stunned, by the way.
He's stunned, yeah.
And he gets 2 kills. This is the, I guess, the argument between Sky and Breach on this map. I know Envious or whatever in NA, they played Crashies on, good name by the way, Crashies. They played him on the Sky instead of the Breach because they thought their ultimate and the utility was more consistent because they don't have to worry about the stun or the dazed effect.
Right.
I don't know. It's just a little food for thought there.
Aggressive play by Nebula because it's them actually on a bit of a half buy of sorts. Hero rifles in the field them. But Funky Monkeys, they're just taking this challenge. Great opening by Minimize. Sheriff gets 1 kill initially, but Psycho invests the res early on.
I know exactly
You know, have to come through and Tax. Okay. They know exactly where he is, and Firms once again the opener dashes onto the site. Health has to do a lot here with only a Guardian, no one to back him up. As well as actually to get Chronix, who was just res a little while ago. Psycho, neat little double. Okay, this should be Funky Monkeys' round, but Nebula, they can still do some economy damage. Oh, sheesh!
Kill comes out, so it's going to negate a little bit of that. There's a judge on Jesse. Yeah, this is not happening. This is just not happening. I'm calling it now.
He's gonna jump at them though. Jesse's made it into hell, so that's a great start. Oh, it's walled off. Okay. A shot, potentially.
Last player standing.
Yep, down to Jesse. The judge at that distance. No way. No way. All right, Funky Monkeys. What is this? 3 rounds back to back now? Only 2 behind Nebula, who are on the defense side as well for split. I think the initial surprise of their like strats and like that crazy shenanigans, it paid off. But then the problem is, how do you play a strong defense now that Funky Monkeys decides to be more aware of your tricks?
I think that round as well is a really good example of neural theft. Just the Cypher ultimate, how it's actually useful. It got that info on Calth, and he wasn't able to play too reactively there. So just a little bit of food for thought. Regardless, so, yeah, I think this is the issue with Nebula. They have a game plan going into it. They have like an idea on what they want to do for the first couple of rounds. This is just me assuming, obviously, but they have an idea what they want to do in the first couple of rounds. And then the second something doesn't really start working their way, they get a little bit stuck. Granted, they still have 2 rounds as a buffer, but still, they do want to try to obviously convert this half into like a.
They have to figure something out
at the very least. Yeah,
it just seems like Nebula defense is to basically, you know, take these swings, get aggressive a little bit, use get some manual intel, and minimize, of course, solo challenging mid. That could have gone wrong for him, but good thing it came out successful.
Yep. Rotation's going to be coming towards B here. Now, Chronix won't have his camera for the post plant. That's something that does need to be considered, because camera on that tap is just a really good little combo. So you don't have to invest a body to be able to check if they're on the spike or not. That's something that to be considered. Rotation's going to be holding this.
Yeah, and he has a TP, so what's going to happen here?
Potentially go backside. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think they just gave it to him. I would prefer to see it on either the Sage or the Breach.
Oh, the wall up. It doesn't matter. He still confirms the first kill. Nicely done. Calth with the swing, potentially. Yeah, gravity well. And then Taxi gets gunned down eventually. Calth trades back, but he's just fighting by himself. Okay, still man advantage for Nebula. Nice aftershock. He just buys that little extra few seconds, and Minimize just runs us aside fearlessly. One more flash to play with. Goodness gracious, he kept everyone with it.
Flash.
Ah, reloaded. He does dodge it, but runs out of ammo. That's unfortunate. The eco res as well for Nebula, because their economy struggles just a little bit. 6-3. They won the half at least. Well, they can't lose it.
One question I've always had
with
the new resurrection, since it's 8 points, is just like, is it even worth the eco res anymore?
Right.
Is that you have to assume that's so what they've basically done there is if you want to just convert 1-to-1, what they've done, they've basically used an 8-point ultimate for a 2900 weapon. That's how I view it now. I don't know if that's fully worth. Obviously, they want to try to get more rounds on the board. They need their economy in a healthier state. Maybe in this specific example, it was worth, but overall, it's something that I don't think is worth as much anymore.
Well, let's just keep an eye on it, see what happens.
Yeah.
Because once again, it's still a very recent change. Reloaded. Risky spot here. Okay, he does back out. Nebula. I like how they're just playing aggressive B and they maintain control early on. Get the ult orb as well, and then they back out. It's that teamwork, the duo stack. The attacks, he gets stunned. He has to get a headshot. And gets caught out. That's unfortunate.
Hold up.
Minimize.
Minimize is on the side. He's going aggressive after the nade. They know raises towards here. They're heading into vents. They're going to be looking to go for a late A here. This is where Rolls and Jesse are.
Oh, the jet dash away. And Rolls, he sort of has to back off here. Nice headshot, and Firm straight right back. Okay. Discipline corner. Just gets destroyed. Minimizes there to back up, though. And look again, it's once again Firms. He's just the hero of Funky Monkeys for these past 2 maps.
Firm's definitely stepping up to the play. He's currently tied with Chronic.
That's such a risky
Psycho,
position.
Actually.
That's such a risky position for Calth. But the faith does pay off. Yeah. I'm surprised that Chronix didn't actually take him down earlier. Wow.
Nah, Chronix just didn't want to swing there because he had no idea where he could be.
You reckon? Because like he had a cyber trap up towards swings, screens. Sorry, as you saw earlier on. So why not just have a peek on 2?
You just don't want to send bodies. I guess is his mindset. You just don't want to try to potentially give him 1v1 fights because the person that's also on that line towards the ramp line is Firms. He's on 1 HP. So there's a world. There's definitely a world where Calth gets to frag on a Chronix if he's looking in that location, and then he knows, okay, where's Firms? He's going to be in this location. And I've been calmed that he's low. So it could potentially go south. I think you just need to hold on to your bodies personally, because you're still on the back foot. You don't want to do these very risky plays, I guess you can say, is what the way I see it at least. I think what they did there was completely fine, personally.
Kalth, I think he wants to ult this. Because I think the trend for quite a few of these rounds is that eventually Funky Monkeys, they group up over towards mid for that control.
Well,
Jesse,
that's why you don't push
okay,
this thing up.
yeah, he pushes, and Chronix.
Cage triggered.
Funky Monkeys in general, there's more aware of the tricks of Nebula now. The aggression, coordinated take onto the B. Firms once again leaping on first, making space for his team, clearing all the angles as a entry frag should. Nebula already on a bit of a stiff buy here. Maybe let's see how much damage they can do.
It's doable.
Spike planted.
For Nebula.
Yeah, rolling thunder.
Sure, I guess.
I'm the showstopper. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's definitely doable.
Not
Okay,
doable
never mind,
anymore.
it's done. What's there to say here, really?
One enemy
Everyone's just
remaining.
dying.
Shorty on burls. Okay, man.
I mean, he doesn't find one here, does he? There's no way. Yeah, he's running.
Oh, you know. Yeah, Firm's nice. He's not like pushing any deeper to get more.
Yeah, he knows he doesn't need to. Oh, I mean, he can. To be honest, he doesn't really lose anything for doing it.
Oh!
That's a nice little shot to come out from Psycho. Yeah, Firms doesn't really lose anything for going for that push. They're still gonna have economy for the last round. Well, we're seeing now why Funky Monkeys picked this map. They've got a month. They understand what they need to do now. They just took them 5 rounds to get there.
Yeah, I think it's also the fact that like Nebula, those first 5 rounds, very special. Something we haven't seen really, I think. Well, we haven't seen a lot of split in general, but Nebula to pull that kind of like mental conditioning off early on, like that, you know, scientists like, you know, experimenting on rats in a maze kind of thing. That was crazy to see, and Funky Monkeys just caught off guard. But yeah, now they're starting to play their slow default game, intel gathering, and then the coordinated site takes, which is what they're really good at.
Working out really well in the end. Kalth gonna back off the line, knows he doesn't need to fight it. It's an interesting idea what they're doing. They're just always using that wall towards A at the start when they could potentially need to reinvest it into mid, potentially buy a bit more pressure. Granted, the mid wall, I can understand why they don't do it. It's so easy to break at the start of a round.
Yeah.
But the thing is look at what they're doing. They're just breaking the A main wall. So it's like, who's really winning in the end? Like, is that wall still good?
It's one of those things that like Funky Monkeys, they've adapted to like the util of Nebula, at least early rounds, and Nebula, they still just not changing anything out.
Ooh, watch this flash.
Great dodge. Great
What's the matter?
dodge. Reaction time. 1 to no one. And tax. Wow, that smoke as well. I think that who placed that? Was that
Gradation.
Holy Christ.
Dying through his own smoke. Or dying from his own smoke, I guess. That's just good from Tax. He knows they're going to be tunnel visioning onto minimize.
Yeah.
Because they know, okay, look, he's in vents. Let's try to kill him. And then Broomy's just like, surprise, guys, I'm here as well. Like, I exist in the server.
Taking advantage of the smoke placement, that's just fantastic. Never trust anyone, not even yourself, your nation. Tax, Empress has been popped, the instant pop into Firms, and now this round is looking to be very one-sided. Ultimate does get invested, Kalth gets stunned, but it's, I don't know, man. Like, they can't even step onto the sides. This game mowed down. That ultimate was really expensive, but is it the last round of the half?
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind.
I'll say right now,
I'll use
that is what we in the business shall now just refer to as a tax round. Just popping off with the Empress.
Tax collector.
Tax collector is now in action. There you go. Pay out. Otherwise you lose the round. Unlucky, I guess.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Funky Monkeys, they're playing really well in split, to say the least. Very disciplined. But however, that final round there, just it was just a little bit of confusion. You can't call it a mistake. It's just that smoke kill by Tax.
Nah, it's
not
well
played.
The only real adjustment you can make to that smoke is smoke top nail, like a bit further back. But I don't look. At the end of the day, I think that was just. Well, I wouldn't really call it a mistake on Funky Monkeys. I just called it a really nice play from Tax. Just identifying the situation, knowing that if he goes to this play, it's going to work out in the end. But
Nebula,
this is really aggressive.
This is what I want to see from Nebula. Their attack side, aftershock. I mean, it doesn't really do much on that angle if they go this fast. Firms, nice opener. Gets two. Dude, the sheriff buy on Jet. That's one thing I want to pick your brain about a little bit later. But Nebula, 2 players already executed by Firms, and now they just basically pinched in over towards heaven angle. 1-for-1 trades. Firms gets a third. Come on, come on.
Was that
get
gonna
it.
be the fourth? Doesn't
Nah,
look like
nah,
it.
nah. Wow.
Alright, but okay, so this is the idea about the sheriff fight. So one way you look at the pistol round is okay. If they have no armor, so let's say
Yep.
they have a frenzy or a ghost,
100.
the sheriff is a 2-tap to the chest.
Yes.
If they have shield, it's a 3-tap, I believe.
Yep. Or
So-
once it hit in general. But then again,
yeah.
like I don't really see on any other character except
No,
for
no.
Jet.
The reason why, okay, this is something that you could do on Killjoy as well. It's because
Right.
arguably the best part about Jet and Killjoy is their default ability, the turret and the dash. That's all you need.
Yep.
That's all you need on Jet or Killjoy in the pistol round. You just need your turret. This would be Killjoy in the attacking half, by the way, not the defensive half. You obviously need your util. But okay, hold on. Let's give us a second. Chronix is getting taken down. That's a
That's
classic.
okay.
for
That's
a
okay.
Sheriff or
It's
a
just
Spectre.
it's just the anti-eco and like Funky Monkeys. They should have this in the bag. If a few more classic kills go the way of Nebula, then yeah, maybe I'll get concerned. Okay, I'm getting
Okay, I would've-
concerned now.
I think you may have jinxed it.
Paint shells as well. It forces firms back briefly. Nebula, they picked up a few rifles, guns to play with.
Yeah, but they're gonna be walking into the Jornation here. Oh,
He has a frenzy.
classic Jornation with the frenzy. Remember what happened last time at that C-long location? He
yeah,
was losing to
yeah,
a classic.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah,
Oh, he's still playing long range, sort of with it.
yeah. But that's the thing I'm saying with Jet and Killjoy. Like Jet's like it's the knives and the dash that's broken on Jet. Everything else about a kit, it's like okay, it's whatever.
The dash and sheriff on pistol rounds, basically, you can
Yeah.
do some
You can
damage,
take a
fly
fight-
away,
yeah, you can just-
and
yeah,
for
you can
Killjoy,
just
the
dash out.
turret tags him a little bit, and potentially you can get that one shot to the chest with it.
Potentially. It's not even that. It's just you don't need anything else on Killjoy in the pistol round. Oh, he's been timed.
The noise cut from Nebula. Oh, they hang around in
30
ropes.
seconds left.
Psycho's rotated over though. Gets one, gets straight out instantly. Jordation. They saw him. They saw him. They know he's there.
Player
Frenzy's doing good work though. Oh, yeah,
Drive by.
this round's so competitive, 1-1 now, and
told you.
I think
Classic.
Firms does have some armor to play with, but Rural's no util. He has to go like pure aim now. He knows where
use his
Firms
drill.
is. The timing! Oh my goodness! Wow,
That's a. Oh my god, how do you.
that's robbery.
That's not a round you should ever win if you're Nebula. They are.
The full buy with
Oh my-
rifles in this round. Holy.
You may as well.
Yes.
But here's the issue. Funky Monkeys have sheriffs, and what can they do with them?
Well, what can Firms do with it?
Yeah, I guess. But they're all really sharp players, and they're doing really well with the sheriffs. So I would be
Alright.
extremely concerned if I start hearing some sheriffs rattling off in the distance when I'm trying to take a fight.
It's
Oh
hard.
my. Here we go.
Alright.
It might be high noon for the side of Funky Monkeys. Let's find out.
Funky Monkeys, like, the B play on defense this round, very reminiscent of what Nebula's doing. Probably going for the ult or potentially for Firms.
They're pushing, actually. They're not grabbing it. They're just pushing.
Yeah, noise. Minimize. He's
Ooh.
one source of the flashes. Oh! Firms dives right in! Chronix is there
One for
to
one.
trade him out, though. Very nicely done.
Okay, but have a look at this. They're walking into
Same
tax.
story.
Tax
Tax
Maybe
collector,
on the front
baby!
door. Beautiful.
You gotta pay your taxes. Oh, no.
Okay, well, I hyped up Funky Monkeys going into that round potentially could be a little bit more explosive, but it just looks like they kind of just threw buddies at the side of Nebula. That's not how you want to play those rounds. You kind of
Yeah.
just want to. I mean, it's one of those things where you can push, and obviously if you connect the shots, it's worth it. But if you miss the shots, boom, what's happened? You've just given them a man advantage, or now you've given them a 2-man advantage.
Yeah.
The 2-man push towards A. I understand what the point of it was, but Tax is just like, all right, you know what? They're gonna get aggressive. They need to find a pick into this round, and boom, there you go. Tax managed to get 2-3K in the end. Firms has got the operator. This is what I was talking about when I was in the first half, when I was saying Funky Monkeys, they're probably gonna bring out an operator in this defensive half. It's on Firms. He's gonna watch this site. He's gonna find absolutely no action to start the round off there.
Util being dumped over towards A. Reloaded is there. Fault line. So fast. Oh, they swing off of it as well. Mow down, baby. Rolls does trade back. Now, there is only one player just on site holding it down. It's a bit of a kill box right now. The Vandal spray just doesn't quite go in his favor. Good for one. And Nebula, they managed to even things out again. 2v2. Psycho, did he spot the head of Jesse? The ponytail is very large. And just, yep, takes his head clean off. Has the res available. I think he minimized though. He's going to go aggressive
Oh,
here.
he's
The
gonna
push.
back up for the Heaven player. Back up for the Heaven player. He's gonna slow screens. Back up for the
Wow.
Heaven player. Revive them. There you go.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Minimize
And
the
now
push
we're gonna
aggro.
minimize this death.
His walks around the corner to crosses of Firms. Oh, man.
That was so well. Yeah, that's beautiful from Funky Monkeys. That's the reason why Breach is good on this map as well. Like,
Single piece of util
think-
just stopped it in that choke point. It's wider now as well, isn't it?
just yeah.
The bolt
Right.
line. It's faster
I don't
and it's wider, just slightly.
I just know off the top of my head it's faster because that thing comes out lightning fast. I wouldn't be surprised if it's wider, but I think even if it wasn't wider, it would still probably stun that whole line anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why you play Breach towards that A location. You just
Thicker.
stun the line, they can't do anything.
Okay, Funky Monkeys. They're still nipping at the heels of Nebula and Firms.
Ooh.
Looking to play the Blades this round. Yeah, Chronix
Chronix
on
with
the
the operator.
operator. Okay.
I mean, we see Steel from 100 Thieves pick up the operator quite a bit. He plays with Killjoy Cyphers, so this is definitely not something it's something I definitely seen before. This slow is going to go into heaven. Jordation's going to get forced off his side. This is a fast play.
Cosmic Divide being used early on. That operator gets no value essentially right now, and Tax creating space for his team. They've taken ramp control, but they can't really push through the Cosmic Divide. It's quite risky in my opinion. Falling Thunder gets used, and Reloaded gets taken down before he can pop his. That's unfortunate. Sight's basically been taken by Nebula. This Stacks have to clear a few more angles, minimize with the push, and the swing. That's sharp. Oh my goodness. They've invested the ultimates for Funky Monkeys. I think they might as well just go for this round.
They have the operator there. Oh,
That-
that's a sharp shot.
Minimize, he should have known better, I think. Committing to
Yeah,
step
no,
peak.
I'm with you with Health. He wants to get aggressive here. Oh, breaks the
He was close, he was
shred.
close, he was close. Chronix, he walks right out, just takes down Jesse. The stun as well. Tax collectors here, baby, and Firms 1-on-2. He can do this. He has a Blaze to play with, but then the double swing. Kelth confirms the kill. Double digits for Nebula, putting them into close 2-0 territory, I gotta say.
I'm just gonna give myself a pat on the back. I thought that was actually kind of clean. Not
Yeah, it
gonna
was
lie.
actually. Very smooth.
thank
We
you.
saw everything.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you. That's what happens when I don't talk and I just get to focus on pressing buttons, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna. Sorry, sorry, I don't know. I
One
kinda
of those
blew
things.
myself away there. I was
Nebula,
happy with that.
their economy, I
Yeah.
think it's back on track now, and Funky Monkeys, they can
is
afford to
it?
reinvest. I think it's decent at least. Like, even if they lose this round, like maybe
Reloaded has a ghost.
three players can still buy to next. All right, but would you rather have a ghost on them or like a shorty or something?
Oh, of course it goes, but
Probably,
it's just funny.
alright.
You got 4 rifles. You got buddy James Bond over here, just chilling. Gonna like swing around a corner and just tap 2 in the head with the ghost. I don't know. Just that picture in my head is it's just amazing. But have a look at this. Looks like they want to go for a Firms.
Much slower now. They're just changing the pace every single time.
Yeah, they want to go for a mid-A split basically.
Oh, that
Stun.
fault line stun was great.
This is what I'm saying. Look at that. Look how reactive you can play. You can just like, hey, I need a stun here. Oh, got you. Like not even 2 seconds later. Like at the blink of an eye, boom, it's there.
Repositioning, and he gets spotted. That Cypher cam is very sneaky as well to watch that angle. I like it. And I think from that angle, you can actually see into a main, I believe, through the window. Yeah, you can.
Potentially.
That's marvelous. That's marvelous.
Oh, he's gonna get out. Oh no, he's not. He's just gonna spot.
They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. He knows now. Spots that too. Cam gets popped instantly. Jordan gets just mowed down. Rolling Thunder though being invested this round, and all the players of Nebula, they just get stunned. But the slow orbit, it's good.
It kind of just hasn't done anything. Because look, Chronix is still the one that needs to fight. The Rolling Thunder's not gonna help him at all. It slows him down, but Chronix still needs to go big here.
His teammates are walled off as well. That's unfortunate.
Oh no, that Rolling Thunder. Oh man, that Rolling Thunder did absolutely nothing.
Will have been so useful now.
Oh, yeah. If they managed to use it to retake the site, I would have been a little bit more optimistic. But now I'm quite worried.
Yeah, this post plant for Nebula is looking pretty good. They have like quite a few angles covered. Elbow, sights, back sights, under heaven. Okay, Firms of course leading the charge. Dashes onto sight, 1-for-1 trades, and it's a mow down. 11 on the board for Nebula. Okay.
It was the Rolling Thunder. That as soon as I saw that and nothing happened from it, I was like, okay, that might just be the round. Chronix needs to get like 2 kills, otherwise that's the round.
I haven't exactly paid a lot of attention to where Chronix is putting their defensive Cypher traps, but does he not have one in ropes, potentially?
No.
Or mid?
He's not. I don't think he's playing ropes. I mean, I could be completely wrong.
Because his cam, it's an A heaven, and I think maybe
Yeah.
one trap over towards A main. So where's the second? I wasn't
Probably
quite
towards site.
paying attention to it, but regardless,
Firms gets
Firms.
a kill here. Watch.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on. Nope. Nope. Oh, okay.
no.
Okay. No respect.
Yeah,
I take it back.
Yeah, I mean,
Psycho. No.
you think I kid about this, but Firms, I can. like, as an observer, like, you'll make little mental notes throughout the game. Like, okay, X player has the sheriff, put it on him, you'll probably get a kill. So that's what I just did there. And boom, there you go. Firms with one, he spots the barrel, he knows what minimizes.
Here.
This could be a second one here.
Scroll.
Oh, wait, he can up. Wait, why wouldn't he aftershock him out of place?
Just do it.
Aftershock him out of place?
Oh no.
No, he just knows he's there. You could force the kill. Oh, that's. Oh, that could have been
Hindsight,
big.
hindsight. Oh no, Firms. Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's because Tax is making so much noise, but they should know at this point that Tax just likes to work.
No! The timing as well, I think maybe Chronix there, he may have been able to see Tax. Minimize, look at how far behind the enemy lines he is. It's for match point, 5v2 with rifles. It's basically gonna guarantee it. Tuition spots at the barrel though. Okay.
Fuck you!
Nice.
Oh, beautiful. We love to see that weapon.
2v3? Doable.
Unlikely there.
TP's the backside. No one's there. Oh my god.
Out of charges.
Oh, that was ambitious.
Okay, this is getting chaotic now. Reloaded, first play onto the site. Good flash, but Rolls trades right back. Jordacian, the 6th time, has to do it all. And this time, he does not make it. Match point for Nebula. Looking to be a 2-0. How's the economy, though? They can buy into this for Funky Monkeys.
It's a bit awkward there. It's a little bit awkward. Chronix is gonna have to go for the half armor.
Full
he's
util?
finally putting his util, yeah, full util, but he's finally putting his setup onto B. I think it's for the first time this game he's doing this.
Looking to dedicate more players over to A, perhaps.
It might be the read though. Have a look at where Nebula's
Yeah,
position.
yeah. Cosmic Divide on Rurals. Probably.
Oh, it might be a
gonna get
fast play,
used.
yeah.
Minimize one off of the Rolling Thunder. Expect him to basically thirst the big boba.
Big booba.
Mm.
Gonna happen.
Yeah, he's going for it. He wants it.
That's orb, there's the... Okay, well, he's gonna hold the Cosmic Divide.
Fulfillment.
Looks like a potential... They're just baiting out util right now.
Indeed.
Aftershock and Slob's been baited out.
He's
This is
waiting.
really
This
nice.
is perfect. Nice nade. Rolling Thunder, Cosmic
Oh,
Divide.
beautiful.
Oh, that paint I think it forced a few plays back. A flash early
Oh,
on.
we might be able to play off the trip. It's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
reloaded he makes one to the side, just gets
Oh, they
mowed
find
down.
out.
Byron squad, Chronix, good for one. Has to do more though, because Nebula, they're all gunning him down. They know exactly where he is, spraying through the smoke blindly. He has the vandal in his hands and goes for the spray through the smoke, gets nothing out of it. He may have had the elements of surprise to an extent, but look at
Look
that.
at minimize. Hold up. Okay, this round could get very interesting very quickly. Okay,
Or not.
could be meant to be. There we go. Okay, I was about to say minimize and Firms are both flanking. That round could have gotten so spicy. Firms. Okay, they know where he is. That might be
Oh,
over.
commits to the smokes. He just picks into everyone. 13-7. That's just heartbreaking.
Oh, does that mean Nebula qualify for?
Close calls? Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Wait. So wait. Oh, I don't actually know how this works. To be honest, is Funky Monkeys going to close calls or are they?
I'm pretty sure they are because
I'm gonna double check.
close calls
I wanna...
2, you have the bottom 4 teams of close calls 1
Yes, and you need
going
top
into the
four
first
from
to 4th seed,
second
and then it's the top 4 for open qualifiers 2 to make up for the 4th to 8th seeds.
I'm gonna double check this real quick.
It should be it. It should be it.
Oh yeah, they have.
Funky
Oh, beautiful.
Monkeys? Yeah, so basically this game it was just to play for a better seed, because if you go into it as a last seed, you don't want to be playing against Order. I'll say that.
Who would it actually be? That bottom forward at the first one.
We don't actually know yet because the bracket's not completely done, so it's a little bit
It would be someone
up
like
in the air.
you'd be versing a team of probably like let's have a look. Probably like Peace or Mind Freak would be one of the teams you'd have. Yeah, you'd have to verse either Peace or Mind Freak if you're the last seed.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see what happens. But oh yeah, that's right, because Order, they've made it into regional finals. My bad. All right, look, is there really anything to talk about? 13-7 scoreline for map 2. Nebula, I felt like they were in control for most of that. They just they slumped a little bit in the middle on the defense half, but then on the attack, quite coordinated. Especially just those, you know, those really aggressive plays from Minimize, getting behind the enemy lines early on, attacks on the lurk, usual things. Yeah.
I think it's just textbook Nebula play. They just let a couple of the rounds, they just bleed a couple of rounds, but at the end of the day, they have the game in their hands. They they know what they want to do. They're controlling the pace. That's why I mean they're Funky Monkeys. At least they have good VODs. Like they've got 2 really good VODs that they can go and watch back. So And they're going to be
that
coming in
one
the close calls
round,
alongside
that one
Nebula.
round in which firms knew there was a play behind the box and the aftershock on reloaded. Oof.
I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but I felt like you could have potentially just gotten
A combo. But I think we have the perfect intel guarantee. Maybe they were
but he
just
pinged it.
dousing
He pinged
themselves.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
I think so. Yeah.
Let's not.
All right. Okay,
about it.
look. Game's over. Let's go for our interview with the winner, with the winning team's captain. Of course, Minimize. He'll be coming in soon. Let's see what Jackson White has to say. Hopefully, he does pick up the call though. Jackson,
great.
Minimize. Welcome back, man. Congratulations. That's a pretty clean 2-0. So, did you really feel pressured at least coming into this matchup?
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we weren't really scared.
Right.
We know we can beat these teams, so we come in confident.
Right, and we saw that you guys obviously had some pretty crazy strats and reads, especially those early 5 rounds on the defense side for split, that mental conditioning, flushing them over towards the B side, over towards mid, yada yada yada, huge kill box stuff. All rehearsed?
Look, it's all on the fly stuff.
Oh,
Everything that we do, I don't really like being rehearsed because I think makes you a bit predictable. So we just, we're all on the fly all the time. Lots of mid-round calls, stuff like that.
Well,
Big plays like that.
there's recordings now, there's VODs of you guys doing that, so you gotta watch out in the future for split.
Sure.
Crash, anything from you?
I don't know. I don't really have much to say. I think you guys just played. You always had the games in your control, but you were always controlling the pace somewhat. A couple of rounds slipped by. You guys will be coming into the closed qualifiers as either the first or the it's the 5th or the 6th seed. Are there any teams currently that are going to be in this closed qualifiers that you want to beat there? Because I think currently it's Villains, August, Mindfreak, and Peace. Is there any one of those 4 that you really just want to beat?
I mean, I can give you 2.
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, we definitely want to beat August after they, eliminated us.
Flogged you guys, yeah.
Because that was,
Match.
in our opinion, a big upset, and I think we want to prove that that's not going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And also we want to verse Mind Freak just because that Calf, he needs his revenge arc. He's been in the lab. Now he's come out. He's Super Saiyan
Oh my
on that
god.
revenge arc to
Well, the good thing is since you guys will potentially be you're either the 5th or the 6th seed, and Mind Freak or Peace, they're both going to be the 1st or 2nd seed. That there's a world where you decide to verse, or you get to verse Mind Freak in a best of 1 to open up the whole entire bracket. Is that how it works, or is that going to be?
well,
you
if
guys
we're coming in at the
split?
5th seed, we'll be versing August.
August? Oh, right. Okay. Well, there you go. You at least get one of your grudge matches.
So it'll be 2nd round if we
Second
verse
round.
Mind Freak or Peace,
Right,
unless we
okay,
go lose a bracket. But yeah.
It'll be interesting.
All
It'll
right,
be
man.
very interesting to see.
Yeah, well played. Tax, just being Tax on Icebox, the absolute tax collector, getting all those frags, yada yada. Same old story from you guys. All right, get some rest, and hopefully see you in the maybe grand finals of the Open Quals to play against who knows who just yet. But yeah, man, any last words from you, Minimize? Any shoutouts?
Well, shout out to the team Twitter, Nebula OC.
Oh,
Come follow the boys.
Mm.
Keep up to date with the teams that we're rolling. And no, thanks for the cast.
No worries. Thank you for coming. All right, cheers.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
Young man, absolute trooper. Watching VODs all the time. Full on nerd, I gotta say. But it pays off, man. It pays off. Like, you saw those first 5 rounds of split. I was like, it wasn't watching like a matchup. To me, it looked more like, a scientific experiment of like the mental conditioning. I was like, holy crap, this is ridiculous. But yeah.
I have nothing to say, honestly. I think close qualifiers are going to be quite interesting for seeing teams like this come in. So I'm quite optimistic. I would really like to. I don't know. So I'd like to see some upsets because I feel like the teams like Mind Freak and I guess now Peace, they're chilling there. Or Mind Freak's just chilling for a bit. I would like to see them get upset considering they do look like they're in a bit of a weaker state.
Yeah. Restructuring
things like
and
that.
everything.
Yeah.
All right, Crash. I guess that's all from us today. A single best of 3 in the semi-finals for the Valorant Oceania Tour Stage 3 Open Qualifiers 2. Nebula 2-0 over Funky Monkeys. Funky Monkeys, at least you qualify, so just, watch the VODs, rehearse, come back stronger next time. Guys, hope you enjoyed the show. I'm DigitalCasts, William Zhang. You can give me a follow on my Twitter or Twitch, which that's my handle right there. And of course, the premier Valorant Observer OCE at CrashOBS. That's the man's handle right there. Follow him on Twitter. Any observing jobs for Valorant, hit the man up. He's the best at what he does, at least in this continent. everyone, that's all from us today, and I'll be cutting to a short 1-minute ad break afterwards, and then we'll go for a raid, so stick around if you will. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you next time.